Welcome back to Holy Pastor Doing Stuff with kids being loud in the background at some point, probably. This is your one-stop shop for learning how to do life the holy way. This time, how to tie your shoes. Now, look, everything we do in life should be holy because it should be aimed at God, it should be done with God. And you probably don't even think about the holy way to tie your shoes, but you should. And if you don't tie shoes, there's Holy Pastor's wife moving around, getting ready for the day. This is a good time to talk about how to tie shoes the holy way because you're always tying shoes in a rush, right? And maybe because you're in a rush, you're still Velcroing or wearing laceless shoes, or God forbid, you're wearing sandals or Crocs and you're not even going to the beach. But if you're doing any of those things, you are disobeying the clear word of God. Because the reason it's so astonishing that Jesus washes the feet of his disciples is because the feet stank. When you properly tie up shoes, they have no room to breathe. They stink. And it's why people nowadays can't even think about washing feet on Maundy Thursday, even though Jesus clearly commanded it. It's because technology has progressed so much that the feet really get stuck in there, and the stench has grown. And so, in addition to doing something nice, washing his feet, Jesus is clearly telling us that we should be tying our shoes. So, learning how to tie shoelaces the holy way is critical. Jesus commanded it. And it's a way to properly keep away the stink of sin and evil, and just keep it down there. Don't let it out into the world. Oh, and by the way, if you're a high heel wearing woman, well, maybe next time I'll do a how to wear high heels the holy way, but probably not actually, because women can't be disciples anyway. I mean, am I right or am I right? None of the 12 disciples that Jesus called were women, so high heels aren't even a consideration. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't learn how to tie my shoes, or anything else, in fact, until I was 10. Cub Scouts were great, a lot of fun, until we got to the knot tying badge. I don't even know if knot tying is a badge. It might just be a life skill that they were trying to teach us, but I did not learn that life skill. I did not learn the life skill until I heard the call to be a pastor, to be God's holy emissary to the world. And yes, it was at 10 years old that I heard the call to be God's holy pastor. It was God who taught me how to tie shoes the holy way. And I was not at Cub Scouts because I had to quit Cub Scouts. Anyway, here we go. All right, here's a shoe. It's not on my foot, but it's a shoe. So I didn't practice how I was gonna get this shoe in the line of sight here. Okay, all right, here we go. So you've got a shoe. You take the two laces. You hold them straight up to God in prayer, right? And then you wrap one around the other and you form a kind of triangle with the shoe. You see how that works? And that triangle is like the Trinity. And then you loop one lace around the other in the triangle, just kind of like how God loops himself into our lives. Okay, and then you pull a little bit. And then you form a bunny ear, because when Jesus rose from the grave, he carried a bunch of Easter bunnies with him, right? All right, and then you wrap the other one around the bunny ear, just like we wrap ourselves around Jesus. And then you do something else that I can't really describe, but there's a hole here, and I guess if you're holy, you'll understand. It's a funny pun there, by the way. And then you pull, and voila, you have tied your shoes the holy way. Now, I suppose it is possible to tie one's shoes the exact same way and not think about God at all. It's really not the technique that matters, it's the thinking about God, raising the shoelaces to God in prayer and wrapping ourselves around Jesus and so forth. That's what really matters in terms of doing it the holy way. So I suppose you could do it the exact same way without thinking about God, but then you're not doing it the holy way. I suppose also that you could do actions in life like a Christian, good works, but without thinking about God. And now that I'm thinking about it, I suppose also that you could think about God a lot, but still act like like a word not heard on family TV. I suppose a lot of things, really, because I have such an amazing brain, I can continue supposing till the end of time. But isn't it just better to stop supposing and spend as much time spitting as we're talking in the morning? I hope you haven't seen any of the spittle coming out of my mouth. But spend as much time with God as possible, being blessed by His presence, including even when tying one's shoes. I mean, come on, isn't that obvious? Isn't that what we want to do, is spend time with God? And that's what it is to do it the holy way. And I'm also told that it's possible to tie your shoes faster than I do. In fact, I've been told that I tie my shoes like a child does. I guess bunny ears are out of fashion. But hey, didn't Jesus say that we enter the kingdom of heaven like a child? So just tie your shoes as slowly and childlike as you want, and listen to me, and you'll go far. So that's how you tie your shoes the holy way. Holy Pastor is off to his second job. Bunny Poo Scooper. Until next time, keep it holy, friends.